大家好，今天是 WBSY 第17届的年会。那我们非常欢迎 WBSY 秘书长阿努努达大长老及 WAB 会长彭恰 Dr. 还有我们不丹尊贵的卡玛泰豆子还有我们泰国的法身士帕苏拉丹塔曼诺，还有我们的瑞士尊贵的塔瓦拉玛达米卡Dr. 还有我们印度的达玛普利亚还有我们斯里兰卡卡拉达高里，还有我们印度的达玛那个，还有我们 WBSY 缅甸主席巴丹他，还有斯里兰卡维玛拉拉南，还有我们辽国的 Intafo还有很多位长老法师。那今年的主题是健康是最大的财富我们非常期待这一刻来聆听大家的演说。那现在呢，我以大悲咒来祝福我们年会的圆满成功。达那多拉呀耶那摩利耶波罗揭谛娑婆拉耶菩提萨埵婆耶摩诃萨埵婆耶摩诃迦卢尼迦耶唵萨婆拉法伊苏达那达夏那摩悉吉利多伊蒙奥利耶波罗揭谛舍佛那人陀婆那摩那难谨墀悉利摩诃波多萨美萨婆诃陀多苏婆二十云萨婆萨多那摩婆萨多那摩婆伽摩法特多大智多阿婆卢悉卢迦帝迦罗帝伊悉利摩诃菩提萨多萨婆萨婆摩来摩摩悉摩悉利多云觉罗觉罗揭蒙多罗多罗法舍耶帝摩诃法舍耶帝多来多帝利尼舍法拉耶则拉则拉摩摩法摩来目的利伊悉伊悉是那是那阿拉僧法拉舍利法萨法僧法拉舍耶呼噜呼噜摩来呼噜呼噜悉利娑来娑来悉利悉利娑噜娑菩提耶菩提耶波多耶波多耶弥帝利耶那难谨墀帝利舍利那波耶摩那萨婆诃悉陀耶萨婆诃摩诃悉陀耶萨婆诃悉陀伊维湿波拉耶萨婆诃那难谨墀萨婆诃摩那那来萨婆诃悉拉僧阿穆切耶娑婆诃娑婆摩诃阿悉陀耶萨婆诃则吉那阿悉陀耶萨婆诃波多摩揭悉陀耶萨婆诃那难谨墀波揭拉耶萨婆诃摩婆利胜揭拉耶萨婆诃那摩哈那达那多拉耶耶那摩利耶波罗揭谛娑婆拉耶萨婆诃唵悉殿多曼多拉巴陀耶萨婆这2年呢，因为疫情我们只能用网络直播来进行年会的这个会议和大家交流。这疫情不断周而复始一波未平一波又起，真的是令人痛心那人人呢活在这个恐惧当中。那么我们纵观染疫往生者很多是没有来学习佛法的人。那世间所谓有小三灾，就是刀兵劫、 饥馑劫跟疾疫劫，这是人类啊自相残害，天神就不来保护了，那么这个鬼神呢就吐这个毒气，导致世间呢也是多灾多难啊，人民苦不堪言啊。在阿毗达摩大毗婆沙论卷134啊里面呢讲着说，非人吐毒啊，疾疫就流行，那欲则命终，难可救了，都不闻有医药之名，就是没有解药就对了。那这个因为人类呢的行为放逸做不如法的事情，那这非人就有机可乘啊。那么他们就来摄取这人们的这个精魂精魄精魂，那就护不了这个人的身，那人就开始生病了。假如福德不足的人呢，遇上这个病呢，吸了这个毒气呢，又没有修行呢，那么他会因这样的病而死亡啊。我们平常没有平等心呢，来覆盖这个心呢，那邪法淫缠那嗔毒就增上相见呢便起猛烈的害心各成凶狂，互相呢残害。就是因为这样的状况呢，非人就会吐毒啦，那瘟疫就流行了。在佛说人王般若波罗蜜经卷2里面讲，是什么状况会导致瘟疫就是说人呢来破坏佛教，还有不孝父母六亲不和，那天神就不会保佑啦。这个时候极恶恶鬼就会来侵害人类还有众生呢不生正见思想有我执，心虽然有爱但不能达到平等，无义又无孝心中只有嗔害怨毒造作不如法的恶行，彼此于邪法残害不肯停息这样的人最容易感遭恶毒邪气。那因为天神不愿意保护这样的人呢，所以极恶恶鬼便有机可乘。若有人持戒及修十善能招感龙天的护持，那修罗恶鬼也不能对人作恶，更何况鬼神呢？疾疫就是这个瘟疫也不能害人这完全就是人的这个道德行为偏差这个才会感召这样的这个疫情。那以十善法来化导众生身能够不杀生、不偷盗、不邪淫，口业呢不妄语、不两舌、不恶口、不绮语。那意呢不贪、不嗔、不痴，这样呢则安稳快乐，那疾疫自然消散。在义的方面呢，就是在苦难当中呢，更不起嗔斗之心只有不再沉迷斗争残害，人们才能获救而佛所行赞呢，这部经提及不骄慢、不嫉妒、无害等心，就不会有饥饿，也不会有刀兵劫那么疾疫就会止息就会 疫情就会消散就对了。佛在因果经上说，慈悲众生就会健康嗔害众生就会多病。那有健康的身体才能好好的修行可以累积福慧，甚至可以成就佛道这是最大的财富但愿所有人都能够在多灾多难的现在来醒悟提升断恶广修十善，发菩提心，那让自己和我们的家人或我们的信徒一切人呢都健康安乐。假如我们在持大悲咒的时候或是我们在为众生来祈福的时候可以带众生忏悔恶业障那祈愿疫情能够退散。在《大方等大集经》卷52诸摩得净信品第10，若有佛弟子的身语意能够安住在正法，顺于正法坚定来持守的话，对于我们所造恶的恶法能够升起羞耻惭愧心，不愿意互相斗争争讼争名，不愿意做这样的染浊浊乱产生烦恼的业障这样的人呢，连100亿的诸魔都要赞叹护持你，来增长你的这个精力精气遮止这个疫病，使之不受外邪侵扰，免去疾疫之苦。在《悲华经》卷6就有提到如何增广我们行善的力量能够如何令疾病消除消散。诸菩萨本受记品里面说，教化一切众生令一切众生呢安住于六合境六合法中呢，也能安住在这个四摄法，就是救度众生的这样的一种意念里。那众生所有的疾疫黑暗当令灭尽，我们要去教化众生众生都能够有六合境大家就不会斗乱不会争吵都能够安住，自己不会争吵，并且又努力的去救度众生这样这个疾疫就会消除。假如在苦难之中还能够修这个六合境，身和同住口和无争，意和同悦，戒和同修，见和同解，力和同均又能够呢和修四摄法对众生彼此呢来修布施彼此爱于力行跟同事，这样不但不会起纷争，反而还会彼此帮助互相包容鼓励支持由于人与人呢能够建立起和悦共融这样呢是充满正法光明的力量，这样能够使疾疫黑暗灭尽若能够持戒修定发菩提心自能与经典的义理来相应那明白缘起性空的道理，能够建立正法对事理不执着不生烦恼，不生忧恼。近者呢对当今人世的不起烦恼，远者呢能从 这个空性呢当中来发大心，以自己所学的东西呢的佛法来度众生离苦得乐。如此呢，能利己利他之贤人这样的贤能的人呢，自己就会感召诸佛菩萨的来守护令这个国家的疾疫就会散除。还有我们若能够做无畏的布施，比方说我们放生啦，不伤害众生啦，救护众生啦，这种都是无畏的布施那这样的话就不会有遇到刀兵劫也不会有水灾火灾的这样的一种灾难，也不会有这个疾疫横死也没有这个怨敌，就会无病安稳，远离水灾火灾疾疫的种种恐怖，救度众生为众生呢去除种种的恐怖我们救度众生，众生就没有恐怖啦在长远的利益呢就是我们未来所到之处呢也都会远离恐怖另外财布施呢，特别是布施这个三宝呢也是帮助自己远离这个疾病之难经上曾经说过若能以一颗药果有疗效的这个水果供养僧众医药啦都是可以的，起这个殷勤的清净心法喜清净心来奉施给这个僧众，这样呢在来世呢决定不逢这个疾疫灾劫啦，就不会遇到这个瘟疫自然就会带来长久的健康。健康是最大的财富虽然生命是虚幻，本来就有生老病死，但佛说我们要观察我们这个身是不坚固的身，要以亲近正法的善知识、高僧大德来侍奉供养，以换取我们成佛坚固不坏之身还有佛说利益佛法的人呢能够不病不老不死，这个也是永久的健康。另外呢我们提到忍辱，就是不随逆境起烦恼、起愤怒、起嫉妒跟这个残取种种烦恼也不抵抗，不对付对方的基础上就是不以牙还牙更发起这个慈悲心希望所有恼害的众生呢都能够得到解脱由于忍辱而升起的广大的这个慈悲心，这样呢能够使国土无恐怖纷争人呢不相害，大家都要广结善缘那么这样呢疾疫自然就不会出现了若人呢能发广大的菩提心，那么来持诵大悲咒自己忏悔业障并且能够代替众生求忏悔那口中大悲咒没有断绝，这样呢此生能够证到阿罗汉这一生不求自得若有慧观者能够有空性的智慧观察呢则能证上实地乃至佛地。那经上讲持大悲咒十方诸佛都来放光加持一切灾难就会远离。所以我们健康的疫苗就是我们修行正法和发菩提心 及我们的布施、持戒、忍辱、精进、禅定、般若、菩萨的六度万行，还有持诵大悲咒，能令疫情退散生活安乐并且长寿并且能够除去一切病大家都持大悲咒，都能健康无病长寿。那在此感恩所有尊贵的长老法师及参与 WBSY 第17届年会邀请大家为推动佛法安乐众生一起努力感恩大家祝您和您的家人、弟子周遭的人大家平安健康谢谢。
Sabhetiyo vivajyantu sabbaroga vinasatu mate bhavattvantarayo sukhidikayuko bhava abhivadana siddhissa nityang vata pachayino Chattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvano sukham balang. Most Venerable Master Kuan-Ru, the President of World Buddhist Sangha Youth and Abbot and Founder President of Taiwan Gondesan Temple. Venerable Sir, Dhamma, brothers and sisters in around the world. I'm very happy today to address the 17th General Conference of WBSY, even though we all suffering from the COVID-19 pandemic all over the world. We used to conduct the conference of WBSY physically in different countries and in our past. We had a chance to meet each other and share our experience. Each there, especially we meet and had our food and beverage together, sharing our experience with each other. However, we have to have the conference this nature due to the prevailing pandemic. Especially I, as a Secretary General of WBSY, convey my sincere thanks, Most Venerable Kuan-Ru Master, for organizing this conference by depending all the difficulties at the moment. We got opportunity to meet each other in many countries all over the world for 17 years. We are 18 years actually. Now we celebrate. Last year we cannot do anything. We are meeting this way with the technology at first time. I would like to express my gratitude to the organizing committee and honorable speaker, namely Most Venerable Kuan-Ru Master, President of WBSY and Abbot of the Gondesan Temple in Taiwan. Venerable Khamma Thai Dorji from Bhutan, Most Venerable Dr. Ponchai Phiopong Paramadam President of World Buddhist Alliance in Thailand, Most Venerable Prasurad Dantamanu, Chief International Relations Division, Wat Pradhamakaya, Patuntani in Thailand. Venerable Dr. Kalwane Kumara Kaksapa, Lecturer of Bhikshu University of Sri Lanka in Anuradhapura. Venerable N. Sopaka, Member of Media and International Relations Office of the Supreme Sangha Council of Cambodia. Mr. C. Sopa, Director of Social Welfare Department of MOSVY, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Dr. Lai Chat Yong, Deputy President of United Nations Peacekeeper and Federal Council, Thailand, and Secretary General of WAB. Most Venerable Dr. Tavalama Dhammika, Chief Sangha of Switzerland and Head of the Geneva International Buddhist Center. Our Dhamma Brother, Most Venerable Bhante Dhammanag, Advisor of World Buddhist Alliance from Bangalore, Karnataka, India. Most Venerable Dr. Indaratana, Resident Monk of Supanjaya Buddhist Temple, Malaysia. Most Venerable Karanagolle Vijita Thero, Senior Lecturer, Bhikshu University of Sri Lanka, Anuradhapura. Most Venerable Dhammanaga, Member of World Buddhist Alliance. Venerable Bhante Indayana, the Principal of Buddhist College, Due, and WBSY Myanmar President. Venerable Dr. Supiampom, Abbot of Buddharama Temple in Stockholm, Sweden. Venerable Dr. Vidula Parasya Vimalananda, Assistant Secretary of WBSY and Senior Lecturer, Bhikshu University of Sri Lanka from Anuradhapura. Venerable Achan Buntang, President of WBSY from Laos. Venerable Dr. Nini Aye and Secretary General of WBSY layperson, Vice President of WAB, Vice President of IBC India from Myanmar. Venerable Tham Paul, Host, say, Mr. from Indonesia, Dr. Boni Lama from Nepal, Dr. Mukurjigal Tina, researcher from Human Development Concept, doctoral candidate for Public Administration of Mongolia. Highly appreciate your valuable speech and great contribution to the success 17th General Conference of WBSY. We are all fighting against this COVID pandemic at this moment. However, as we are one, we strengthen our bond by helping each other overcome difficulties that we face. For an example, we were able to carry out remarkably service in Sri Lanka. I especially thankfully remember that Most Venerable C. Kuan-Ru, President of WBSY, she donated $40,000 for purchasing the PCR machine and ventilation and other medical items for the General Hospital Matale in Sri Lanka. It was health and service living for many people in Sri Lanka. I will be very really thankful Sipu and all the members of Gondesan around the world. I want to mention that this is a difficult time that we all have to take care of each other. As Buddhists, we believe that the Dhamma, good deed, give good result. Therefore, I invite you to all to help with each other overcome this difficult time. Further, keeping the idea in our mind that the health is great wealth. Arogya Parama Labha Santutti Paramandana. We organized this 17th General Conference of WBSY. Especially, I would like to thank Most Venerable Sri Kuan-Ru for providing the leadership for the success of this event, and all the Sangha members from Gondesan Temple. I wish you all long life, good health, and prosperous. I would like to thank you, all of you, participating in this event. Sukho buddhanang uppado, sukho saddhamma desana, sukha sanghasya samaggi, samagganang tapo sukha.
Namo Buddhaya Yataraya Sride. Namo Dharmaya. Namo Sanghaya. First of all, I would like to pay my heartfelt homage to Buddha Gautam. At the same time, I would like to extend my humble greeting to everyone here in this conference. The most venerable and the scholars, a very good afternoon, as this is my first conference with highly learned Buddhist scholars from the different parts of the world. I felt so fortunate. Therefore, I personally want to thank Venerable Dr. Kolowani Komaragaspa for suggesting me to participate in this most significant conference. Since the theme of the conference is health is the greatest wealth, it is not only greatest, but also one of the most important wealth that one must cherish. The reason why I say this is every living beings that exists on this beautiful planet has only one wish. That is to enjoy happiness and escape sufferings. Hence, to achieve that, one should have proper physical and mental health condition. For example, when our physical body is not good condition, it conscience or mental health. And to cure that sickness, we need to spend huge amount of money. Likewise, if you do not have good physical and mental health condition, we cannot focus on studies and practice. You will not be able to accumulate material wealth like others, and will not be able to fulfill anything we desire. As a result, we will meet unbearable suffering and distress. With disordered health condition, our very precious human life, which is very hard to obtain will go wasted. Even our daily Dharma practice will be affected if our health condition is weak. Thus, we will not be able to help other beings in brave if our physical and mental health condition is not stable. We will not achieve anything good for oneself and others for this and next life. Like I said, from accumulating the wealth to achieve sublime Buddha, we must have sound and healthy lifestyle. Seeing all those rational points, not only for the human, but for all the living creatures. Health is one of the most pricey and significant wealth. On this regard, Buddha Shakyamuni gave numbers of the teaching on importance and benefits of goodness of health. Therefore, I would like to request every individual to give extra care to your health in order to practice authentic Buddha Dharma. Lastly, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone here in this WBSY General Conference for giving me an opportunity to speak amongst highly learned scholars. Thank you very much. Thank you.
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ Mother Kuan-Ru, President of the Buddhist Spirituality, Most Venerable Anuruddha Mahathero, the Secretary General of the Buddhist Spirituality, Venerable Sirs, brother and sister in the Dhamma, Tachen Hao, Amitabha. I think the World Buddhist Spirituality General Conference this year, first time by Zoom. I think the topic very suitable in this situation. The healthy is the greatest because under the pandemic of COVID-19, so good health is very important. If we have good health, we can do many things in our life. That's why the Buddha said that good health is, no disease is the greatest health, or good health is the greatest wealth. The 7 factors of awakening, it comprise of number 1, mindfulness. Second is investigation. Third is energy. 4th is joy. 5th is tranquility. 6th is concentration. 7th is equanimity. And we call this 7 factors of awakening or 7 factors of enlightenment. Number 1, mindfulness or sati in Pali language. It means to maintain awareness of reality. Such as now, if you have a disease, we face the COVID, we understand the reality of COVID. Investigation of the nature of the reality. And we get catch a cold, so we know that how to manage it. We have to drink more water, we have to take less, we have to eat some medicine. And we try to do as our plan, as the energy, also determination and effort to do at our plan to treatment of the disease. Third one is joy or rapture or bliss or piti in Pali language. The happiness from the effort we have done. That means if we do our plan from our effort, success, we feel joy or piti that we can do it. Then relaxation or tranquility or passaddhi or body and mind. When anyone feel pity, feel happiness from your effort that you can done by your plan. You have to exercise, you have to take more rest, drink more water, take some medicine. So when you can do as you plan, as you effort, you feel pity, then your body and mind relax and have the tranquility state as usual. Then when you meditate, you can concentrate a calm, one-pointed state of mind or clear awareness. And at last, you can go to the equanimity or upekha to accept the reality as it is without craving or aversion. This is the 7 factors of awakening that the Buddha teaches us in Pochankaparit. And he said that Pavita Pahulikata in Pali language, it means do it again and again repeatedly. There are the story that one occasion Venerable Mahakassapa was killed. One of the Buddha's eminent disciples fell ill. The Buddha with him and gave him a teaching on the factors of awakening or Pochankaparit. At the end of the teaching, Mahakassapa was killed. Then, when Mahamoggallana's illness, on one another occasion, most Venerable Mahamoggallana likewise fell in. The Buddha went to visit him, gave a teaching on the factors of awakening or Pochankaparit, and his illness to vanish too. On yet another occasion, the Buddha himself fell in. He requested that his distinguished disciple, Venerable Mahachuntha, the younger brother of Sariputta, give him a teaching on the factors of awakening. The Buddha was then similarly cured of his illness. The story still told us that if anyone develops these 7 factors repeatedly like a cycle as a habit, then can cultivate inner peace and purity in their minds until attain the body or the enlightenment as the name of this sutta. The 7 factors of awakening or enlightenment, Pochanka, are easy and when seen as part of an integrated whole. This well-being also applies to those who are sick. Mindfulness, this is another example. For example, is an antidote against negative minds such as anxiety. When we get illness, we face COVID, at least we have mindfulness that, although we infected, but our mortality rate or the danger is very low, only less than 1%. Tranquility or passaddhi or relaxation generates inner peace and alleviates stress. These 2 factors alone generate wholesome state of mind. Investigation of the truth, Dhamma Vicaya, boosted by effort, Viriya helps people to come to terms with their situation and gives them encouragement. Moreover, the worry others feel for them is reduced after we do this. And by developing bliss, concentration and equanimity or piti, samadhi, ubekha, people's well-being is increasingly enhanced. This is the example of the 7 factors of awakening or enlightenment or Pochankaparit. This is reference from Sangyutta Nikaya Tipitaka. So let's chant the Pochankaparit every day, and we will have the good health, and that is the greatest will that the Buddha give to us. Thank you very much.
I offer my humble respect to Master Sri Kuan-Ru, the President of World Buddhist Sangha Youth, and also to Most Venerable Mukunuvela Anuruddha, Secretary General of World Buddhist Sangha Youth. It is a great honor again to have a chance to speak on this platform of the 17th World Buddhist Sangha Youth General Conference, and especially the topic that is very related to the current world and global threats that has been damaging the whole world right now, which is the epidemic of the COVID-19. No one can deny the importance of health. That is the greatest wealth. The Buddha also has a number of quotes that refer to how wealth is the greatest wealth, and even one of the sutra, Senasana Sutta, which talks about the 5 characteristics of the monks who can easily attain the Dhamma or attain enlightenment. And one among the 5 characteristics is health. Having good health is one of it. That's why in order to want to achieve, whether it's going to be worldly goal or the Dharma goal, health is the essential fundamental to attain anything that any person wants to achieve in life. Whatever they want to reach, any goal, any objectives that they're trying so hard to achieve, it takes the starting platform, which is that having good health. However, as everybody around the world is worrying about the current issues, a current epidemic of this virus, nobody would have thought that among this current modern technology that we have right now, all of this medical knowledge that all of the doctors and specialists out there are having right now, they could do very little to contain and to cure it. And that's why it's been spreading around the world for a few years now. Virus is not even a living organism. It can't grow. How could that thing exist? The Buddha gave one of the sutra called Adhammika Sutta, which talks about when leaders are corrupt and not righteous, it will affect that all the officers will not be righteous and corrupt as well. Then it will affect the general public, people in each society will corrupt, will not be righteous. It's actually said in the sutra that it's all started with when people in society are becoming unrighteous, started to do a lot of negative deeds upon each other. And that leads to all the way to a number of social problems. In the other words, you can say that if people are being irresponsible, immoral, unethical, that will lead to these global issues. And that's why we can talk about the global epidemics of COVID-19, but it's just one thing amongst major global issues that we have right now, from environmental problems, social problems, discrimination, sexual abuses. You can talk about all these major problems because if this one ends, there will be other threat to humans' health. But all of that doesn't sum by just, injecting vaccine to just one person. It has to go deeper than that because the cycle always starts from people being unrighteous. So where do we start? It's not the responsibility of just one person. It's the responsibilities of every single person because all of us contribute for this drastic calamity that exists right now at the moment. So you can see that when all of these problems combine, global warming, extreme weather condition, environmental problem, food shortage, it will lead to social problems like discrimination, hate speech, violence, and leads to international conflicts that leads to war. So that has to fix in the mind, and it's responsibility of every single human being on this planet. Human beings are born with 6 physical defects and 3 mental defects. The physical defects are hot, cold, hunger, thirst, defecation, urination. That means each and every single day, every single person has to consume in order to survive. And then the mind is also manifested with 3 defects: greed, anger, delusion. So all of these combined with the urge to survive and the mind is filled with defilements. They end up trying to be more selfish, try to follow up with the greed, serve the anger. As a result, it creates a lot of wrongdoings and threaten their survival. More wrongdoing, then it started to deteriorate and degrade the whole society integrity. And that is what's going on. And that's why if we want to fix the world, we gotta have to fix deeper than just the virus epidemic, but all the way to the virus manifested in every single person's mind, starting from curing the mental sickness of greed, anger, and delusion first. If people doesn't have hearing, which is feeling shameful towards their wrongdoing, and otapa, which means fear of the result of their wrongdoings, they're still feeling that doing wrong things, doing bad things, abuse one another, using hate speech over the internet is still a good thing, acceptable thing in society. It won't change. If you want it to change, people have to manifest this one first. This feeling that I can put myself in other people's shoes and know that what I have done was not right. It was wrong. It was bad. It will make other people feeling hurt. It will abuse others. And that will lead to developing metta karuna, kindness and compassion. If every single person possesses just this four, Metta, Karuna, Hiri, Ottappa, kindness, compassion, shame of the wrongdoing, fear of the result of the wrongdoing, it will change the society already. It will start to improve society, and every single global problems that I have just mentioned before will slowly be disappeared, will slowly be resolved one by one. However, how can it get there? That is the main point. It doesn't get there by all of us just minding our own business, caring about just our own survival. As all of us here on this platform are the sons and daughters of the Buddha, and the teachings of the Buddha emphasize so much on curing that mental sickness, that mental viruses. So it is our job to go out there, encourage people, try to guide them, make them realize the importance how to kill that inside, kill that mental sickness first, because that is our job that has been passing down for generations from the Buddha to safeguarding this planet, to safeguarding humanity, to ensure their long-lasting survival and happiness. After all, the Buddha said, Jikacha parama roka, hunger is the worst illness. As long as people are still feeling hungry, physically, mentally, they will continue to be selfish, they continue to abuse each other, and there will be more global problems, just like this epidemic of COVID-19. It is our job, and I'm quite grateful to be on this congregation and encourage everybody and speak it out in order to come together and really put our effort out there to make the world better. So thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to convey my heartiest congratulations, 70th WBSY General Conference. At the same time, I would like to give my thanks to the host, Master Kuan-Ru and Most Honorable Mugunwela Anuruddha Nayakathera, the General Secretary of WBSY. Okay, first of all, I want to explain what is going to speech today, how to deal with pain. Pain in Pali, we can say the Vedana. Vedana means the feeling or sensation. Whatever feeling or sensation we are getting, either pleasant, unpleasant, or natural. Feeling exists as a part of process in the non-stop function of psychophysical phenomena. It arises from contact through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Through this, feel in 6 ways: through seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking. Main means unpleasant feeling. What is called pain, normally we can conclude, we can get as an unpleasant feeling. While we are personalizing our pain, rather than thinking about there is a pain, there is a trouble, there is a cause, while identifying the pain with ourselves as a personal experience, the pain will become more and more. Physical and mental phenomena subdivided into 5 aggregates. Because of my ego-ness, come to more and more pain, more and more suffering. That's why the people are, when they face a small trouble or small pain, it's become more and more pain and suffering, because they see the 5 aggregates as self and attached to it and the factors that prolong suffering. As soon as we identify ourselves as I, we develop pride, that means the mana in Pali. Normally, the mental pain is something we create after physical pain has arisen. On top of the physical pain, we add mental pain. We double or triple the pain. That is the prapancha. In Sanskrit, we say the prapancha, prolonging suffering or pain. While this type of pain, how to get our attitudes right way towards the pain. That is, pain is common to everyone. We have to understand it. It does not recognize color, nationality, gender, social status, or academic status. It spares no one. It exists in reality. It does not change its nature of being impermanent. It is suffering. That is the truth of suffering. Pain is part of life. Then we cannot go away from pain. We have to face the pain. Normally, all sensation, pleasant, unpleasant, or natural, have to be treated equally without any judgment. Being non-judgment is one of the fundamentals of Vipassana meditation. Then, the Buddha's teaching, the first sermon of the Buddha, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Buddha utterance is, because the truth of suffering, in this case pain, has to be fully recognized, accepted, and comprehended. Such teachings are unheard of before. By seeing, recognizing, fully accepting, and comprehending it, eyes arose, insight arose, wisdom arose, knowledge arose, and the light arose. Then, if you want to see the pain as it is, the nature of the pain, then you have to recognize the pain, accept it, and comprehend it. Then your eyes arose, insight will be arose, wisdom arose. Then we can come to the conclusion, we cannot change the nature of pain, nature of happiness or unhappiness. These are natural and they only operate according to their own nature and not according to someone's wishes. If you like to always live a happy life and if you like to always pleasant feelings, but the nature will not give what you wishes. That is called anatta, non-soulness. Let's we try to work on the pain and look at the pain. The nature of the pain is just like the nature of any other object. When we look into the pain, it gives us insight and understanding. Regard pain as a meditation object. Be determined to watch and investigate it. Okay, thank you very much. May all beings be free from COVID-19. Thank you very much.
First of all, I would like to pay my homage to Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And I just raised my personal topic to support our topic today is Buddhist values and practice in health sector. And so we can use with the Brahma Vihara or four sub-lamp abodes that can apply for the daily life for study, for work, or for family and nation and the world for peace as well, based on the metta, loving kindness, karuna, compassion, mudita, sympathy, joy, and the last one, upekkha, equanimity. If we have all of this based on our meditation from inner peace, we can spread our metta or our Brahma Vihara to the world, to outer peace development as well. And another point, at the present time, the causes of sickness are from many places and sources around the world that is very difficult to determine, evaluate, and deal with as the COVID-19 outbreak today. So sometimes we didn't expect what will happen tomorrow after COVID-19 outbreak control. So we together to combat for solidarity based on our Buddhist principle. And related to our Lord Buddha also clarified the causes of illness as well for around 2,500 years ago for man factor as food, first food, second weather, third stress mind, and for past karma or this. So all of these four main factor to show about what illness happening in our daily life. And another solution based on our Lord Buddha mentioned the causes of being long life as below. So this is the good ways that being Buddhist followers to understand and to apply for the daily life. First, enjoying how to make our life enjoy happily and morally. And second point about the moderating and enjoying the way or the means how to approach with enjoying in our life. The third point about moderating in food. So food is the most important that we need to balance which food is nutrition to support our body is healthy. And fourth, knowing the time. So that is the most important as well, that we use suitable time to use our life in meaningful. And the last one, practicing Dharma, because we cannot live without Dharma, because Dharma is the best way to guide us which way is right, which way is bad. And the last one about the three wholesome deeds about the mind, speech, and action, which are the best approaches to respond the good health and support of mind and body at the same time. So without all of three wholesome deeds, how can we balance about the pure mind or the healthy mind and the healthy body? So both of them are at the same time that they go together. And here is the last recommendation related to our good health, to highly respect and follow the Buddhist healthy principle as the causes of being long life, etc. As the result, when we practice about the causes of being long life, we will receive about the special benefits. For example, like not needing to lose life, any organ, job, life partners, money and time, happiness, family, social development, and good chance to build the good deeds for the day and afterlife. Their future desire and current action will be succeeded. So that is the last destination, that when we practice or we follow the causes of being long life, we can receive those other benefit. And another thing, what to think and do are to compulsorily respect and practice more Buddhist healthy principle. Whatever our Lord Buddha mentioned related to health, we can apply and we can use it in daily life. And any doctor's recommendation from hospital based on our personal doctor to guide us which way that we practice, for example, like food, exercise or something else. And another means to support the good health development effectively to be achieve our future goals and present work. So without health, that is the best thing. How can we improve? How can we advance our future goals or present works, especially to contribute and build the good actions about the karma happening today for ourselves, families, societies, and the world prosperously, peacefully, and spiritually. That is my topic to support our event today, and thank you for your pay attention.
Thank you very much for everybody. Dear Venerable monks, nuns, ladies and gentlemen, we are very pleased with the fact that this year's World Buddhist Sangha Youth Conference is taking place through Zoom. Even though the whole world is negatively affected with the COVID-19 pandemic, this is not a reason to minimize our task and obligations towards humanity that we have been continuously performing for many years. Therefore, we have to find the flexible way to adapt in the face of challenging situations. We have no room for complacency, negativism, or pessimism. We human beings can only overcome this context by relying on positive and constructive mentality. In this sense, it is very important to mention the concept of Parasabi in Sanskrit, Tibetan Vili Shintu Sabayangpa, Pali Pasadi. This is a Mahayana Buddhist term translated as pliancy, flexibility, or alertness. It is defined as the ability to apply body and mind towards virtuous activity. Buddhism is being responsible even during time of big challenges. With the power of active, strong, and solid mind culture, we can satisfactorily achieve the physical well-being. Practicing bhavana or meditation are proven tools to achieve happiness and calmness of mind. These are some of the reasons to appreciate the WBSY organization which are guided in line with the suggestions from the Secretary General of the WBSY, Venerable Anuruddha, and all the active members of our organization. We wish that the organization will serve the noble goals of the WBSY, both in the short and long term. Yours, brother in the Dharma. I am Bhante Dhammika from Geneva, Switzerland. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The health in general is a state of well-being. It's a positive state of existence, a state of happiness, a state of sukha, piti, whatever we call. But when the state of well-being is affected, it affects not only the physical health, mental health, social health, economic health, but it also affects the global environmental health as well. So because we have seen the human nature, the human mind, which is responsible for many of the disasters that take place. The pandemic, as it resulted in different forms, not only the corona pandemic, there have been many other pandemic, epidemic, and disasters in the past. Most of the disasters or pandemic were the result of human action, inappropriate negative human behavior. So here, I would like to conclude by saying that when we are to talk about health, it is not only to talk about the health of human beings, because we human beings alone cannot exist independently as a healthy cosmic whole. We have to think from the larger point of view, the health of the nature, the health of the other living beings around us, including animals, those who are in the water, the river, and on the land, everywhere. That means we have to take up the responsibility to act responsibly, compassionately, accommodating others as well, to live with their rights, their security, and freedom. It is not that human beings only will have the right to live and think that they own the nature and everything and capture them, exploit them for our use of our pleasure. This is what we have to change our perception about the worldview or the law of nature, the existence of other living beings. So at the end, I would like to say, if we care for this, our health and well-being, let us take care of the health and well-being of nature, animals, natural environment, and the Mother Earth at large. And then we can take care of the health as a holistic health, which will benefit all the living beings on this planet Earth. Thank you. so much.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. In Buddhist tradition, the first and foremost healer was the Buddha himself. In his first sermon at Saranath in India, northern India, Gautama Buddha expounded the Four Noble Truths. There is a distress which is universal, we call it dukkha. The cause of distress is clinging, rooted in blind ignorance, and it is possible to overcome the distress. And the way to do so is the practice of Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha's Four Noble Truths is the path towards the healing from all the diseases. It consists of recognition of disease, and it is etiology, and it is prognosis, and it is remedy. The bodies of all beings in human realm are subject to disease. We cannot completely remove the possibility of disease until we remove the causes of the disease, which is to stop the reborn in again and again. But we can significantly choose not to be sick or not to be affected by the mental sicknesses at the time of bodily sickness, especially like COVID-19 virus. So in this context, the spiritual practice and meditation is greatly help for the people to remain mentally healthy during the pandemic. I would like to suggest 5 steps to follow these during this pandemic. The first one is the acknowledge the fear. The second one is practice mindfulness and meditation. The third one is understanding our interconnection. And the fourth one is cultivating compassion. And the final one I would like to suggest is to use this time to reflect. So again, I would like to suggest to practice this Buddhist teaching so that we can be healthy in mentally and physically in both ways. So with that, I would like to wish you all, by the blessing of the Buddha, blessing of the Dhamma, the blessing of the Sangha, may you all be healthy, happy, and peaceful always. Thank you very much.
Today, I want to discuss about the strengthening the health through practicing Buddhist spirituality. Strengthening the health through practicing Buddhist spirituality. When we talk about the health, WHO and the other organizations accepted several aspects of health, namely, we may say physical health, social health, spiritual health, emotional health, environmental health, mental health. Right now, I will turn to the major concept today in my talk, which is Buddhist spirituality. Buddhist spirituality is none other than the Noble Eightfold Path. Practicing Noble Eightfold Path is the way of practicing spirituality in Buddhism. Why it is called the spiritual pathway? The practicing of Noble Eightfold Path transform one's view, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration into right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right mindfulness, and right concentration. This is the important thing of Noble Eightfold Path. It transforms, transcends, helps us to change our view into right view, change our intention into right intention. And this is the path placed to achieving the ultimate spiritual achievement in Buddhism, known as Nibbana or complete liberation. In Theravada Buddhism, it would be a Nibbana, or in Mahayana Buddhism, it would be a Buddhahood. And in conclusion, I want to mention that there are a number of aspects in health. One of the aspects is the spirituality. Buddhist spirituality is based on the Noble Eightfold Path. This Noble Eightfold Path can be practiced in two levels. Therefore, dear Dhamma friends, try to practice Noble Eightfold Path and transform your view into right view, your intention into right intention, etc. And at the end, we can achieve either Nibbana or the Buddhahood.
It is my pleasure today give me chance as a speaker of WBSY 17th General Conference. Without health and without wealth, we can't reach to the goal of Nibbana. Just as the soft rain fill the streams, pouring into the river and join together in the ocean. So, may the power of every movement of your goodness flow forth to awaken and heal all beings. Those are now, those gone before, those yet to come. This quote is by Lord Buddha. Dana or giving is another way of healing of the individual. It involves the giving of material gift, amishadana, to individual monk or to the poor and the downtrodden. The giving of spiritual gift, dhammadana. So those who are in need of it, it is also involve the sharing to time, power, wisdom, and experience for the benefit as well as the welfare of others. People who practice dana is seen by the practitioner to heal faster. Voluntary offerings work, soul and spirit, effect in the mind, which thereby they help the individual to heal from their element. Even if dana alone cannot restore to health and daily disease, it can heal the mind by eroding away all the negative thoughts, as the mind can manipulate the body. Physical health recover when the mind is sound. This happens when dana is given in true compassion, consideration, and devoid of any self-interested. Therefore, such altruistic feeling is one lead one to reach Nibbana, which is the ultimate goal of Buddhism. Keeping both the mind and body healthily is important, for the body is the vehicle that we use to practice the Dhamma. The mind and the body are two interdependent parts of the human body, which must have proper coordination with each other. The health for the body is influenced by the health of the mind. Buddhism is measured as a medication with an extensive overview. It is a Buddha who is considered as the great doctor as well the healing giver. He proclaimed that great greed, anger, lust, selfishness, and so on must be abandoned by all individuals instead. They must serve the common people who are in the distress. Thus, Buddhism has to play a significant role. Untitled spirituality and medicine is not only in the East but also in the West. So this is my small speech to everyone.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Alo Mingla lo Nuko Setavare. Akulo COVID-19 Galajima Zoom meeting ane second Jenya WBSY Isiwejima Ashipiaro Kulo Tashi Shahaboli, Pininia Dwe, Tubing, Wanya Bajam. The boys in Bejade Bekuni Shikonron. Shenru Dane de Gua, Comedy when Yahu Leve, two Jesuit Made. If you know, you go Manama Alo, Jama ye Campo Lubade, Jama Madanele, Loya Banago Yama Pipade, Dajal Piashinga, Aroja Paramalaba, Tandoti Paramadana, Wesasa Paramamyati. Nibbana Parama Sukha. And I against the Alogeso La Yayamu the Alogeso Osa Chijan with the Alogeso Senyo Nibbandi Alogeso Chanda Dajao a Gonsodo Lakiha and Nayoga King Jama Al Nitaipobabe. Now Logama said that just so chiha, Majamare a chiva. Ejima Yegisa Aloha, Tikai Bade, just him bade. Jamare Kama, Luriha, Yoshinireka, Have Lolo, a ghost in the Jade. I met the Bureau Jamago, Gun Sine be met lebe, Majamare Akama. Nidumeso, say that Jalaba. Agoya, Shalade. Agoya, Shanide, Pokuri, a duet. Pia, Shinganido, Nilang Hamune. Nello Duenepo. Hello, Nello Duemes, Loshi. A Juade, Jivade, Pia Shiga, hot jacket. Nabate. Jikana Gojiha. Aduba Tenya. Mete ni Ade Shuba. Ni Aujiba, Kunaga area Seropia, Mexican Wabi. Nabane, go sorry a Sahara to ye. Sasso Boya, a Chenirego, Matia, Sechin Cesar Beba. Nabado, Logadia, Yoshin Zia Kimani Bogo, Sechin Cesar Beba. Nabale. Dingara Madania, Bayama, Mameva Busore. အာနိစ္စပညာကိုဆင်ခြင်စဉ်းစားပေးပါဒီသေခြင်းနဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့မာရဏနုစတိအမှတ်ပညာကိုဖြစ်စေရမယ်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့သေခြင်းပဲဖြစ်စေကိုယ့်နှစ်ဘေးနဲ့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ပတ်ဝန်းကျင်တဲ့ကျင်မာနေတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ရဲ့သေဆိုးခြင်းပဲဖြစ်စေအဲ့လိုသေဆိုးခြင်းနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့တတိတံဝေကအသိဉာဏ်အမြဲတမ်းဖြစ်အောင်ဆင်ခြင်စဉ်းစားပေးပါလို့ဘုရားရှင်ကဟောကြားခဲ့ပါတယ်အဲ့လိုသာမမကန်ကန်နှလုံးသွင်းနိုင်မယ်ဆိုရင်မသိခင်မှာယဟန္တာဖြစ်နေပါတယ်ကိလေသာကိုယ်ကံယဟန္တာဖြစ်သွားနိုင်တယ်ဒါတွေဟာဒီပြတော်တို့မကြမ်းပါတဲ့အခါမှာဖရာသားတော်ပြီးလို့ရမယ့်အရာပါပဲနောက်တစ်ခုဒီကျမ်းမာရဲ့အတွက်အထောက်ပံ့ဖြစ်စေမဲ့ကံကျေဥဒုအာဟာရအဲ့အကြောင်းတရား၄ပါးနဲ့ညီညွတ်ဖို့လိုပါလိမ့်မယ်ယခုဖြစ်ပေါ်နေတဲ့ယောဂဆိုတဲ့အရာတွေကလည်းပဲလူသားတွေရဲ့ပယောဂကြောင့်ဖြစ်လာတာပါပဲဘုရားရှင်ကဒီကတ်ဆိုကြီးတစ်ခုဖြစ်လာပြီဆိုရင်အကြောင်း၃မျိုးကြောင့်လို့ဟောကြားခဲ့တယ်တဲ့ဝိသမလောဘလောကဲသောမတန်မရလောဘလူချင်းအာကြီးမှုရယူလို့မှုဒီကမ္ဘာကြီးမှာတွေ့နေပါတယ်တူနဲ့တူကုမ္ပဏီတစ်ခုနဲ့တစ်ခုတနိုင်ငံနဲ့တနိုင်ငံအပြတ်အဆိုင်အလဲတိုးခြင်းနဲ့အနာယူခြင်းအဲ့လိုပြည့်စည်စေလိုမှုတွေဒါတွေကမကောင်းတဲ့ကံကိုထူထောင်ကြတာပါပဲနံပါတ်2အာဓမ္မရာဂသူတစ်ပါးအရာကိုမတရားသောနည်းဖြင့်ရယူတာတွေကာမဂုဏ်ရဲ့ပုံမှာမှောင်ရည်ကြကြမှုတွေဟာကဘာနဲ့အဝမ်းနာကြမဆလောက်အောင်ကိုဖြစ်နေတာတွေဟာလူရဲ့တိုက်ဝိုင်းမှာအနှုတ်လက္ခဏာပြနေတာပါပဲနံပါတ်3မိစ္ဆာဒိဋ္ဌိမှားရတဲ့ယူဝါဒအတွေးခေါ်တွေတဏှာညှတာမှုကင်းမဲ့တာတွေတုံးနဲ့တူရိုသေလက်စားမှုမရှိတာကအစဒီတတ္တဝါတွေရဲ့ပုံမှာတဏှာညှတာကင်းမဲ့မှုအစိုးကြီးလိုက်ရင်အဲ့ဒီတရားဆိုးတွေကြောင့်လည်းပဲကဘာကြီးဟာမတည်ငြိမ်တော့ပါဘူးလူသားတွေကပ်ဘေးကြီးတွေတစ်ခုပြည့်တစ်ခုစိုက်ကြတယ်ဒါကြောင့်ကဘာကြီးနဲ့လူသားတွေပြန်လဲကောင်းမွန်ရှင်တာဖို့ဆိုရင်ဗြဟ္မစိုးတရားအထုလိုအပ်ပါပြီခုနအိရိယဆရာတော်ပြောခဲ့တဲ့ဗြဟ္မစိုးတရား၄ပါးမေတ္တာမကျေနပ်မှုတွေကိုအသာထားအားလို့ရဲ့ပုံမှာချမ်းသာစေလိုတဲ့စိတ်နဲ့ပြုမှုပြောဆိုဆောင်ရွက်ကြဖို့လိုပါတယ်ကရုဏာဆင်းရဲအပြည့်စုံဘေးဒုက္ခကြုံနေတဲ့သူတွေကိုဒုက္ခမှလော့အောင်အစွမ်းကိုကူညီကြပါနံပါတ်3မုဒိတာသူတို့ဘာတွေကြီးပွားချမ်းသာတာကိုမနာလိုတုံနေမဲ့အစားဝန္တာပီတိဖြစ်အောင်ဝိညူကြရမယ်နံပါတ်4ဥပေက္ခကိုဖြစ်ချင်တဲ့အတိုင်းမဖြစ်လို့ဆိုပြီးတော့ဒေါသတွေဖြစ်နေမဲ့အစားစိတ်ကိုတည်ငြိမ်အောင်ထေချောင်ပြီးတော့ငါတို့အစွမ်းကိုကြိုးစားပါလေအသားနဲ့မအောင်မြင်တော့ကံတရားပေါ်လေဆိုပြီးတော့နှလုံးလေးတွင်းလိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်ယသနာဟာမကြည်ထွားနိုင်တော့ပါဘူးဒါတွေကိုလူသားအလုံးจิตသုံးနိုင်ဖို့အဲ့လိုจิตသုံးနိုင်မယ်ဆိုရင်ကဘာကြီးဟာကျမ်းမာလာမှာပါနောက်တစ်ချက်ကျမ်းမာရဲ့အတွက်စိတ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ဟာအရေးကြီးပါတယ်စိတ်ထောင်းတော့ကိုကြည်စိတ်ပြိုတော့ကိုနုစကားရှိပါတယ်မြန်မာစကားပုံစိတ်တရှိရဲ့အတွက်ဓမ္မနဲ့ထည့်ဖို့လိုပါတယ်တရားရှိမှလို့စိတ်တရှင်းလာပြီဆိုရင်မိတွင်နေတဲ့သိသားတွေပါတရှင်းလာပါတယ်သိသားတရှင်းတော့ယောဂါတွေဟာယူထုတ်လိုက်တယ်လို့ပျောက်သွားကြတာပါပဲဒါတွေဟာဘုန်းကြီးတို့ကိုယ်တိုင်ကိုတွေ့တွေပါပဲဘုန်းကြီးတို့တရားပြလာတာအနှစ်25ဝန်းကျင်ရှိပါပြီယောဂသက်တာတဲ့အထက်မှာကိစ္စသမားတွေပါတယ်အခြားယောဂသက်တွေအများကြီးပါဒါကြောင့်စိတ်ထောင်းတော့ကိုကြည်အခုငါတို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံအကြောင်းပြောမယ်ပေါ့လေအနေချင်းဒီဖြစ်ပေါ်နေတဲ့ COVID-19 ယောဂကြီးကိုစိတ်ဓာတ်ခိုင်မာတည်ကြည်တဲ့သူတွေကယောဂကိုအနိုင်တိုက်နိုင်ပေမဲ့စိတ်ကိုတည်ငြိမ်မထည့်နေတဲ့သူတွေကြတော့ social media Facebook စာမျက်နှာတွေမှာကြည့်ပြီးတော့ဒီယောဂဖြစ်ရင်များသောအားဖြင့်သိကြတယ်အောက်ဆီဂျင်ကျလို့ရှူစရာအောက်ဆီဂျင်မရှိရင်သိတပါလားဆိုတာတွေကိုတွေးပြီးတော့စိတ်ဟာစိုက်ကိုဝင်လာတယ်စိတ်ဓာတ်တွေကျလာတယ် အောက်ဆီဂျင်တက်လာနိုင်တဲ့သဘောနိလန်းတွေမတိုးဖြစ်ကြတော့ဘူးငကိုကမှမြန်မာနိုင်ငံဟာနိုင်ငံရေးရှုပ်ထွေးနေတော့ခက်ခဲများပါတယ်လူတွေမျိုးတွေများလာတယ်ဒါကြောင့်ကျမ်းမာခြင်းရင်စိတ်ကိုလည်းစတိပဋ္ဌာန်တရားနဲ့အညီထေချောင်ပေးဖို့လိုပါတယ်အေးပူနဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့ဥဒုကြတော့မိမိတို့ရဲ့ခန္ဓာကိုယ်ကလိုအပ်တဲ့ဥဒုမျိုးရအောင်ဖန်တီးနေနိုင်မယ်ဆိုရင်ကျမ်းမာနိုင်ပါတယ်အာဟာရအစားအသောက်နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့မိမိတို့ရဲ့ခန္ဓာကိုယ်လိုအပ်ချက်ကျန်းမာရေးအတွက်အထောက်ပံ့ဖြစ်စေမဲ့အစာအာဟာရတွေကိုအဓိကစားတောက်ဖို့လိုပါတယ်။ဆောင်းသေးတာကိုဆောင်းရှောင်သေးတာကိုရှောင်နေရင်ကျန်းမာရေးအတွက်ထိန်းညှိလို့ရပါပြီ။ကျန်းမာရေးကောင်းဖို့ဓမ္မလည်းလိုအပ်သလိုခင်းနဲ့အညီဆောင်းတွေရဲ့ညွှန်ကြားချက်အတိုင်းနေထိုင်จิตတိုးကြမယ်ဆိုရင်အာရောကြပါရမလာဘဆိုတဲ့အတိုင်းကျမ်းမာခြင်းဒီလက်ကီတပါဖြစ်လေတယ်ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတာကိုပြောကြရင်ညီကိုချွတ်အပ်ပါတယ်အားလုံးကိုစိတ်နှပြကျမ်းမာချမ်းသာကြပါစေအန္တရာယ်ဆိုကတ်ဆိုကြီးမှလွန်မြောက်နိုင်ကြပါစေ
According to the Dhammapada, Arogya Paramalabha, it is meaning health is the great wealth or health is the ultimate profit. Actually, considering today, as Sri Lankans, we can see a lot of hospitals in Sri Lanka is displayed this verse to emphasize the benefits of being healthy. While it is good to stand by those conventional meaning while we live in this life, we should also try to understand in the deeper meaning to comment on the Noble Eightfold Path. The bodies of all beings are subject to disease. The ultimate profit, better than any amount of wealth of disease-free status, is attained the Sakadagami stage of Nibbana. According to the Roga Sutta in Anguttara Nikaya, diseases or illnesses, what are the two? Diseases of the body and disease of the mind. Kaikocha rogo, chetasikocha rogo. There are the beings who can claim to be physically healthy, diseases free of body, or a year or 2 year or 10 year or 50 year or something like that. But months not easy it is to find those beings in this world who can claim to be mentally healthy for even a moment, except for those whose mental influxes and destroy. Ye chetasikena rogena muhuttampi arogyang patijananti anyatra kinasavehi. There are these diseases of the renunciation. A monk has great desire, distress, and discontent with any kind of robe, chivara, alms food, pindapata, lodging, senasana, or support for the sick and medicinal supply gilana pachaya. As Buddhist monks who should train by themselves how to use those things for their spiritual well-being. Vyadi is Buddhist term that is commonly translated as sickness, illness, or diseases, and is identified as an aspect of dukkha, suffering, within the teaching on the Four Noble Truths. Whatever medicine are found in the world, many and very, none and equal to the Dhamma. Drink of this. Dhamma is the medicine for the ills of the world. Buddha is often pictured as the great physician who, seeing the suffering of all beings in the world, applies the medical formula of the Four Noble Truths.
Today I'm very great to be join your meeting. After 2 years ago, we don't meet each other. about the WBSY conference, especially Gondesan activities. The long time no see. Today I'm very great and very happy to see everyone. The member from Gondesan, everyone have strong and good health. I'm very happy. On my behalf, Lao President, I would like to report about the pandemic COVID-19 in my province, in Udom Sai province. And we are now have 5 cases about the pandemic. But everything we have okay here, daily life to be okay. Okay, today we talk about the Buddha word. If we have strong, healthy, we can do everything in our life. I try to do the activity around the world about the monk and the Buddhist society. I saw the Gondesan is a very, very good society, social welfare and the health of people. In my province here, we do for the people, we cook the meal, we help the people by the water, drinking water, for the mat, for the pillow, the clothes, everything we help the people, the poor people in the hospital when they get the case of pandemic and they bring to the hospital, but they don't have the bed, don't have a mat, and we have to send and offer to them here. People around the country, around the province, they send to the center of the hospital to treat them. But people, they don't have social welfare, or some government, local government not offer. So we have to work hard to offer them. Even in the temple, we have to cook by ourselves and plan the food and vegetable and everything, help each other in here. Taiwan is very lucky. Another country not lucky. We stay alone. So that is for the power, the Buddha army of praise you in Taiwan, especially Zhang Lao Si Kuan-Ru. He have a many barami and Buddha presence, compassion and everything help the people. That is a very important people to join with the activity in Gondesan. I think I remember about the sutta, the Buddha time. Buddha said to Ananda, one city, one state in India is Vesali. Vesali have a pandemic. People die, many people die. But Buddha keep the sutta is they call the Latana Sutta, Jewelry Sutta, like Zhang Lao Si Kuan-Ru chanting. That one is very important. We have to give the opportunity to the people. We have to introduce the people how can they manage their life, their family, their themselves in the village or country. So we keep the knowledge at this time. So this meeting, I think, is very important and have many benefits. Our topic, we talk about the health. But health, we have 2 kinds of health. One health is the body health, the physical health. The second is the mind. If you give the people only the food, they give only the physical health, but they have the suffering. Suffering, what is the suffering around the world here? Economic, daily life, they locked down, cannot go outside, cannot do activity cannot join any people. Like we say in the jail, some people, some country. So they have problem with the mind. How can we manage? How can we teach them and produce them get the good thing inside the mind? The monk teach them two kind of the health. People, government give them only one thing is the food and physical health. So Gondesan give two kind, mind and the body. So we are the monk, we teach the people the mind from inside to the outside. That is very powerful. People get the more suffering. How can they refuse the people who can give them encourage for the body and mind? So the monk, they listen. People talk to them. They said, our stomach empty. Cannot I do? They said like that. But people, they listen to the monk. We keep, everything is impermanent. Something comes, something go. One thing come here today, tomorrow another thing comes. So everything have changed every minute. So we have to teach them by the Buddha word or Buddha teaching. This is very important. We manage our situation at this time about the society, the people. We can give them knowledge. How many minutes and teach them. Teach about the food, teach about the mind or the body. So very lucky for us to join and see each other by online meeting. 今年大家就保持健康，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。Thank you very much.
Today, coronavirus is spreading around the world. On the other hand, our kindness, compassion, and hope too. Last year, UN called coronavirus its common enemy, and this year too. After that, second wave, third wave comes again and destroying many people's lives. And then fourth wave and fifth wave may also come. This topic also matches the recent situation happening around the world too. Health plays an important role in our daily lives. We need to be in good health in order to function daily activities. Without one, we would not be able to perform according to our active mind. That's why there is saying health is wealth. Buddha said, Arojan Paramalaban from Dhammapara 2,560 years ago. According to teaching of Buddha, Karma, volitional actions, Chaita, mind, Udu, weather, and Ahara, nutrition, contribute mainly for good health. When one has balance in these four factors, one will have good health. If one of other four factors is poor, one will get sick. By continuing to follow the teaching of Buddha, showing compassion for one another, and also by following the health guidelines, I believe that we could overcome this difficult pandemic time soon.
The global COVID-19 pandemic has caused widespread sufferings and hardships, impacted communities in a way never imagined before, with widespread socio-economic problems. This biggest international crisis in generations and the resulting economic recession have negatively affected many people's mental health. In Buddhism, the Lord Buddha teaches and emphasizes immensely on the well-being and mental health of its practitioner. The insight resulting from the Buddha's enlightenment underpins a Buddhist approach to mental health. Buddhism is described as having three key elements. These are Sila,
or precepts, moral conduct, samadhi, meditation, and prajna or wisdom. I believe that through the combinations of the three practices, we shall be able to overcome the negative impacts from the coronavirus pandemic, live a happier lifestyle, free from stress, depression, anxieties, with good positive mental health. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Om Tofo. Thank you very much.
To this day, Buddhism has never been contradicted or denied other knowledge. Indeed, it has always supported and enriched knowledge in other fields. I can say from my own experience that Buddhism is an ocean of knowledge with a deep philosophy that is useful in the work and life. If you want to make your health more valuable, follow the way of the right mind and learn the methods of how to master it properly. Then your health will be the greatest wealth. Buddha teaching can be help humanity. It's key way of health in the world.
Yeah, so please let me pay my respect to Honorable Buddhist monk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the great honors that I have time to share in the General Conference of the World Buddhist News by today. Health is one of the words that in Cambodia, balay, yeah, balay. Happiness. In this sense, is referred to the absence of the disease of each person. Health has a broader meaning and its true meaning. Health does not just mean no disease. Health must define as a state of the complete physical. What we are healthy, itself is born. Okay, thank you so much, and please me pray for the Lord Buddha to make all of the venerable Buddhist monks, ladies and gentlemen, to have longevity, prosperity, healthy, happiness, and please build peace to the world, and especially fighting the COVID, and to live with the new context of the COVID-19. Thank you so much.
I would like to talk regarding about health. Health is most valuable treasure for humans because health is more valuable than anything. Therefore, everyone tries to maintain the condition of their bodies, starting from food, sleep patterns, rest, exercise, and others. By maintaining health and carrying out the healthier lifestyle, it is hoped that we can avoid various diseases. Diseases can come from and appear at any time. As long as we can prevent it, the diseases will most likely to lose. Start living healthily from now on because health is most valuable treasure.
Sabbi Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta. Most Venerable Master Kuan-Ru, President of World Buddhist Sangha Youth, and Venerable Mahasangha, brothers and sisters in Dhamma. Today I would like to thank you who joined the WBSY 17th General Conference, and you give big hand for Most Venerable Kuan-Ru and all the organizing committee arrange the successful soon conference WBSY history. This is a pandemic situation faced everyone, and everyone have a lot of challenges. Most Venerable C. Kuan-Ru, I would like to again thank you. You do dynamic, successful Dhamma work and helping to each other at the moment. We are very appreciate, especially Thailand, our most venerable Lampo Dhamma Jayo, Lampo Datta Jivo, Abbot of Wat Dhammakaya, and most venerable B. Saranankara Mahatero of Malaysia, Mahakaruna Buddhist Society, and Penang Buddhist Society, and all the many Buddhist organizations, even Switzerland Dhammika Thero, helping lot of for pandemic situation in Sri Lanka. Especially Master Kuan-Ru doing lot of charity work, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, Taiwan, and China, and around the world too. This is a good deed and good merit for all Buddhist world.